Hello and welcome to Up for Discussion, brought to you by 4 Home Field Advantage Sports Talk. Well, our motto is our home, our field, your advantage. Today we're going to talk about the NFC South. We're going to go over all 4 teams, talk about players to watch, strengths and weaknesses of all 4 teams. Now we're from Atlanta, so we're going to go ahead and start right. No. Let's say Atlanta for last.
There you go.
Let's talk about. Let's go with Tampa. Since they're our next door neighbors. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and let's talk about Josh Freeman.
Well, I'm going to give you an idea of what Tampa Bay should be or what they're going to do as long as this infection don't affect everybody. So, let's start off with the defense. Okay, the defense, they end up trading, got Darrell Reeves. That's a plus, free agency. They got Deshaun Golson. That's another plus. And you had to look, I just started looking at the passing defense and the rush defense from last year. And it's kind of crazy. They pass defense, they was 32nd. But the crazy part is, and you know this is based on the whole season towards the end. And the crazy part is, even though I said so many times about their line was number 1. As far as the rushing defense goes. So, what's that? Top 5 in one area, bottom 5 in the next area. And
I'll give you a point to that later, but go ahead.
okay, we'll get that later. Now, also they lost 2 linemen. They expect Adrian Claiborne, if he stay healthy. They want him to take a spot. And Daquan Bauer. And they said that they want him to really live up to the expectations as far as that line goes. I think so. Now, let's talk about the secondary. I already told you about Darrell Reeves. He coming from like a torn ACL.
Yes.
If everything goes right.
Hope his hamstring is healed too. That he always kept blaming.
Now let's say he stayed healthy.
Okay.
We got Deshaun Golson. Got him. Then you got another safety by Mark Barron. That's 2 heavy hitters in the back. That's going to scare some receivers, period, as far as they ain't going to want to get hit. And it's not really looking that bad in that sense. Do I think the rush defense going to go back up? Well, you know, you got a new defensive line if you think about it. So that's going to definitely drop. But that passing defense is pretty much going to go up. At least that's how I'm looking at it. Now let's talk about the other side of the ball. Doug Martin, I don't think it's going to change. I think he is going to continue as far as running. That's just my opinion. People might disagree, but I think they really going to start. The thing is, I think they really going to start using him, of course, like Ward done. I think they're going to dump off some more passes to him. That's what their idea is, and they still going to let him run. Then you got Vincent Jackson at wide receiver. I like dude 6'5", and he can jump up there. My problem is, you got Josh Freeman at the quarterback position. And he's going in his 5th year. I love his story, how all these colleges were like, hey, we'll sign you if you play tight end. He said, no, I'm a quarterback. I agree, you're a quarterback. Playmaker, no, that's not what you are. You haven't lived up to the potential that Tampa Bay threw out there. How the NFL is really blowing you up. I don't see it happening. And now you have a coach that, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think he wants you around too longer. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Not in the fan club.
He's not. And I think it's one of them things where it's like a basically, you know, like a 9 to 5, just like an NFL job. You got that new boss that come in, and you got most of the boss that come in and have the idea of how they want things run, and they run their own, you know, they people. And he probably was at the crib, I mean, right when they said, hey, you're the coach. He probably said, hey, Freeman the first one to go. I hope that don't happen. But right now, he really got a man crush on this rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know how it goes.
Yeah.
You get that man crush going, and then eventually it turns to a bromance. And that's not good on the end. And that being said, yeah, this is another quarterback situation that I got to get you to look for. And I know y'all like, he always do a quarterback situation. Well, this is what happens when you put a whole bunch of team names in a pot and you pull from. Maybe I get lucky we use a hat next year. I don't know. But definitely check this out. Let's see what Josh Freeman going to do. I don't think he's going to do too much. That's just my opinion. But, hey, maybe he do a little bit better than some of these other teams that we're going to talk about. I doubt it. But what's going on with Carolina?
Actually, what's going on with Carolina? I really don't know where to see this team. I look at this team as a wild card in this division because you don't know if they're going to be really good. You don't know if they're going to be really bad. I look at Cam Newton as the catalyst of this team. He's the quarterback. He's primarily their offense. So with that being said, I love Cam. I think Cam is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. The league only has probably about, out of 32 teams, maybe 12 good quarterbacks, and it could be less. I'm not sure. I'll have to really sit down and look at that. But let's talk about the team's strengths. The quarterback I just mentioned a little bit. I love their front seven. They have a really good front seven. These guys are going to get after the quarterback. I don't think you're going to be able to run on these guys, and I don't think you're going to be able to own the middle of the field against them. Now, with that being said, the kid, I can never pronounce his name, Luke Kuechly, they compare him to Brian Urlacher. I'm going on record right here, right now, to say I think this guy covers better than Brian Urlacher. I think that Brian Urlacher his speed was phenomenal. I remember watching Brian Urlacher catch Michael Vick, and I thought it was the most amazing thing when Mike Vick just thought he was gone. But this kid is the type of guy, he'll be there before you even get the chance to break, accelerate, even though Urlacher came from the other side of the field. But the problem with this front seven is health. Thomas Davis has not been healthy since he became a full-time linebacker. I don't know if the human body, at times, I think the human body just can't handle a certain amount of weight. But this guy, as he got bigger, he became more injury-prone. Right. Kuechly moved Beason out of the middle linebacker spot. Beason is amazing, but he has to stay healthy. And, the linebacking core is the key to the front seven, but, their ends and tackles are really good, too. They're solid. I don't think, when you got those linebackers back there, you can get some sacks. I think that's going to happen. But if those guys start going down, I don't think this team is going to have a lot of sacks. So let's hope, if you're whoever you're cheering for, if you're a Panthers fan, you hope that everybody stays healthy. If they don't stay healthy, then, oh well. Now, your problem is your secondary.
Safety.
I'm actually not a fan of Drayton Florence. He's been in the league a long time. He's the starting cornerback, and he played with Detroit Lions last year. He bankrupted the city, I guess. I don't know, but he's horrible. I'm not a fan of any man whose name is Captain. That's just the bottom line. And you know what? You probably weigh more than me. Well, probably don't, but you're probably more muscular than me.
I like Captain Morgan.
You can beat me up. I believe you can probably beat me up. But as a man to man, I don't know how another man can walk around with his name, Captain. Captain Merlin. Captain Mama, whatever your name is, I'm not a big fan of him either.
I like Captain Crunch, too.
I do think he is, as far as NFL cornerback, he's solid. And that's at best. And if that's your best, then that means your secondary is not good. Godfrey and Mike Mitchell, they're just experienced guys. They got problems in the secondary. Now, let's move on to the offensive side of the ball. I love their offensive line. I think they got a pretty good offensive line. I don't think this team has done a good job as far as front office, as far as getting Cam Newton the weapons that he have. They have given this backfield $1 gazillion. And matter of fact, Jonathan Stewart, as of today, he's a puppy. He's on the pup list. So he won't play the first 6 games of the year. And my other guy, D'Angelo Williams, outside of 2 seasons, basically you've been a bust.
What?
I said he's been a bust.
What?
Not good. But
Gotta get that button.
But at the same time, we'll see what happens with him. But he has a lot to prove. And my God, you know what? I am a Falcons fan. Everybody knows I'm a big Ravens fan, but I am a Falcons fan as well. But if there's one guy in this league or this division that I cheer for, that I love to see play because he's passionate, he gets me hyped, that's Steve Smith.